we hustle, but the night we
Know that they ride or die.
Welcome to the House of the Princess.
I keep waiting on my seat. Know that they ride or die.
I'm 50% righteous, 50% ratchet.
we hustle, but the night
Wave on my seat. Know that they ride or die. My name came up a lot of sounds. More when
Thank
I
y'all
was not
for joining
around.
us.
Certain people that I know.
Welcome everybody to Princess A.V. Tried It. I am your host, Princess A.V. This is the first time I've went live on this channel. And so I had to do the movie reviews and I was a little bit late. And I said, well, what the heck? Why don't I do it live? So it's the first time I've been here live. And I hope you enjoy it. It'll be quick and to the point. As you're coming in, if you're on the replay as well, I hope that you press the like button. I ask that you do to support this channel. Also, I'm asking that you press the subscribe button because I need a lot of subscribers. Long way from monetization, but I hope that you can help me at least get to the community board. And I'm halfway there. We're building this channel. And I thank you guys for all of your support. Those that are at the House of the Princess that come over here and watch the content over here, I appreciate you as well. And we're growing with the content as well. Good evening, Black Diamond and Jam in the building. So I have this one is a little bit extra, this review, because I have some exclusive content here. I was able to see the movies The Outfit and Alice ahead of time as well. So I have some good scoops on these two movies. Now, first, I was able to see The Outfit, and I wish I had gotten more footage, but I had to hurry up and leave because I didn't want my parking to be $40. So in lieu of that, it was validated for 2 hours. And right now, in order for me to go to some of the premieres, I have to be there about an hour and a half ahead of time. So I was there more than an hour ahead of time, plus the 2 hour movie. So I only have 4 hours of validation. So I had to hurry up and get up out that jam in order to get my parking validated for less than $40. So with that being said, I got a little bit of footage from the director. So I'm going to let you hear what he had to say about the movie. And then I'm sure I'll reiterate some things. But then I'll be back to give you my full review of The Outfit. All right, let's go.
Right in the moment of it.
Well, congratulations on the film.
Thank you so much.
And making exactly the film you wanted. I wish you could have been here watching it. The audience was a great audience to watch it with so much reaction. So I think they all loved it.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you couldn't hear. It had to be another video. Hold on, because that was nothing. Let me see. I was downloading some clips here. Give me 1 second. See, this is what you do about going live. Let me just play it on my You Dig. Or did it not upload? And if it didn't upload from my phone, I don't think I'm going to play it because then I have to have 2 devices. And I'm not going to do so. I'm not going to give it to you. But in lieu of this, what had happened was these were words from the director. It didn't upload, so they're still on my phone somewhere. I might have deleted them, so my bad. This was an upload from the director, and I got a director's cut of some of the words he said about the background of the movie. So maybe I'll put it on there later. Look here. Hello, BJ and Shirley. Hi, everybody. Yes, welcome. So, but nonetheless, The Outfit was a really good movie. Most times I'm not quite into crime dramas, but this one I was very much here for. it was a thriller. That is the category that they put it in. Um, I was intrigued by this movie because, of course, I'm from Chicago, and it takes place in Chicago in 1956. So this is one of the times where mobsters were hip and high crime was something that was 1936. If I'm not mistaken, where high crime was a thing, and you saw the wars and the mobsters going on. So one thing that they found out about this movie is when the first federal FBI tap was made, it was made inside of Taylor's facility. So they decided to make a movie about that. So this movie it says Mark Rylance, and I found out his whole name is Sir Mark Rylance, Sir David Mark Rylance Waters. He is the star, and he is the Taylor. And he's doing his due diligence. He's making suits for gentlemen and the people of the outfit and the mob. So he has to sit idly while they do their business, and you actually get a chance to hear conversations that he may or may not be privy to. And in that, there was a wiretap in his store. And this whole suspense thriller is who was the rat? That's the verbiage they used in. Who was the rat? Where was the tape? Who did what? Who didn't do this? And so when the mob found out that there was a wiretap there, it's a scramble to get it and to get rid of the person that created this chaos. So just when you think that the story is solved, it's another twist and turn. And he's so well put together. And the stories just become just endless. I don't want to give away the situation. So, the co-star is Zoey Deutch, and she is his assistant. The monsters are Johnny Flynn and Dylan O'Brien. And they do a great job. I think they do a great job with the Chicago accents, because that's definitely a thing that we have here. The words Chicago, white Irishmen and white people from the far south side, that is how they say it. Black people kind of say it, but we have our own verbiage, but we say Chicago, or Chicago is the way it's pronounced. But it's something about when they say Chicago on the low end, those little nuances of the city. But the director is a Chicago native, so he knew to put those things in, and there were little nods to different landmarks of Chicago, different streets, even a nod to a Chicago hot dog was evident in the movie. So for me, it was like right back at home, like, yes, he did it justice. And I'm gonna tell you, the costuming there was excellent. I love a great period piece, and I get very upset when the continuity is not correct. Okay, when you see the period piece and they're mixing up the costuming with what period or era it is, they did a good job with it. The suits were magnificent. The hair was magnificent, all the way down to the weapons, the guns, the way things may have been more primitive versus the technology that we have. The thought processes were great. So for a suspense thriller, I would recommend you go see The Outfit. I might not have gone under just my own fruition. But once I saw the trailer, when I saw The House of Gucci, the trailer was so great. Then that motivated me to want to go see The Outfit. So when I got the call to go see The Outfit, I stopped everything that I needed to do to go see this movie. And I'm glad I did. So this is a great buy. I will give it 5 crowns. I'm going to start implementing all of my my graphics here with these things. When it comes to storyline, great. Continuity, great. Costuming, great. everything about it, all the way down to he's not a tailor. Ooh, let me go back and look because I've said it wrong as well. During the movie, he got upset because we tend to call these men tailors, and they're not tailors. He's from England. And if you could give me a second to uh pronounce it correctly, because I kept saying this in my mind and wrote a note down and I forgot. Okay, he's a craft suitor from Savile Row in London. And there's also a running joke that what put him out of business was blue jeans. But even that has a twist to it when you watch the movie. So it's in theaters as of today by Focus Films. So you can go see that, or if you have any other way that you can rent it, buy it, go ahead and see it. It is worth the money. I actually would pay to go see it again because it was really just that good. All right, so now I'm giving you a double feature today. I'm going to review the movie Alice. Now, I hadn't quite heard any rumbles of this movie. Now, from what someone has told me, that Alice is actually a remake, so I'm not sure of that. I mean, I don't want to say I'm not sure. I respect him, I trust him, but I need to find out what the original movie was and whom it starred. But this one is by starring Keke Palmer and Common. And because this is definitely a culture break, a culture shock, I had never heard of this. Now, most people, you look at the movie and like, here it goes, another slave movie. And this is the trailer that we're looking at in the corner. The only reason why I'm not playing the trailers, copyright infringement. I don't want to go through it right now. But this story is Keke Palmer plays Alice, whom the movie is named after. She is a slave. And it starts off the typical slave movie, you're getting beat, you want to get free. Her husband went to get free and he got shot in the progress. She had to watch him get beaten by the massa and all of this. And so she was a housemaid in the movie. Come to find out, she was just tired of being sick and tired, like most slaves are. And in this, after she saw her husband get attacked and she thought he was dead, one day, Massa, he punished her, by making her watch him die. And also, she ended up fighting back against him, and they put her in, I don't even know what to call it, all of these slave contraptions that these people have can't come up with over time was terrible. And I just sit and watch, like, where did you come up with these things, especially back in the 1800s or whatever? It's horrible. But it was a piece of metal on her face, and he hog tied her up to a pole outside. So I guess she couldn't scream and could barely breathe, and he subdued her out there in the yard. So after sleeping out there for 24 hours, after being punished, I think he had a liking to Alice as her slave master, and I'm sure he violated her as well. He let her know, I wanted to make it up, I wanted us to work it out, as he say. I liked you, Alice. She was still mad, okay? And so she was even more angry after that. So she fought the massa again. And this time she ran, only to run into the street. Come to find out that it was not the 1800s at all, that it was 1973. So she goes through a culture shock, and she's picked up by a trucker, and he helps her find out who she is and how she is. And she's in a whole different world. And then she learns that she was freed from slavery long before she was even born. But the kicker of this movie that really got me is they kept them outfitted everything from head to toe as if it was still the 1800s. Horses, old guns, no lights. They were using candles. They were building shacks, and they were cutting down sugar cane and everything else, just like it was still slavery days. Of course, they didn't allow them to read. Just nothing changed. They even dressed the same. So for her to come out and see this whole new world, television, telephone, cars, of course, people thought she was crazy. But the thing that kept her is that she wanted to go back and get her family. And that is what she did. After she came to herself, got knowledge of who she was and who Black people were, and that all Black people were free, she went back to rescue her family and everybody on the plantation and get even with the slave master. One thing about this movie, I just didn't fully like the ending. It was so abrupt. I would have liked to see just a little bit more about what happened with Alice. How did the people leave off the plantation fully? Because I'm sure that was so many people that were affected by that, and that they had to get off the plantation to bring them into the digital reality of what was in that era. Teaching them how to read books. I'm sure they wouldn't have went that extensively, but I would have liked to see them actually leave the plantation. I would have liked to known what happened with the slave owners and the slave families, things of that nature. This movie is based on a true story, or as they say, inspired by a true story. So what this also motivated me to do is to go read a book or go on the internet and do my research and find out about these people, to find out about Alice and anyone else that was left on that plantation like that and then rescued. And I've always said, I feel like there are plenty of people that are still sharecropping today. I'm sure there are still people that feel like they can't leave their owners, and people that are owned slaves. And there was a cute nuance on the movie where people were working, but it was still adjacent to slavery. The treatment was adjacent to slavery, and that really put something on my mind. Sometimes we're free, but we still not free, even though we can move about the way we want to. And a lot of times we're just not free. But I did like the movie. I would give that 4 out of 5 crowns, only because it's just a few elements that I feel like are glazed over and ran past, but continuity was great. So now this is also a period piece, but we went through 2 periods. You went through a slavery period and you ran right to the 70s. Okay, of course, they had the great music. They had a lot of nods to Diana Ross, the afros and bell bottoms. And I think Common does a great job in this movie, because if y'all realize, when Common came out, like, that was his whole genre. When he was Common Sense from Chicago, he was from the projects. So he still has always had this air of an old soul, a look from the 70s. So to me, he just fit right in. He slid right in. Keke did great acting. Like, you could really feel her a little bit, like that emotion emoting from her as being hurt in that nature, especially when she found out she was free. It was like, oh, hell no. Okay, so I did like that. Johnny Lee Miller plays the slave owner, of course, and he's played parts similar to that before. So yes, he made you hate him. I kind of think, is this you, man? Is this you, sir? So they did a great job. This movie has already won awards in the Sundance Film Festival. So it has the approval of being a great movie. The clothes, the style was great. Keke looked gorgeous, especially in her afro and just When she got her zhuzh, she looked great. Like I said, Common looked good. Even the slavery pieces, they look good. You know, they don't have to do a whole lot to do that. But they created the good scenery, the good cinematography, all of that. Even audio, I pay attention to that more now. So that is another movie that I would go to see, that I suggest you go to see. And that is my review for the movies The Outfit and Alice. So I do thank you for coming here tonight to Princess A.V. Tried It. I ask that you again like this video and subscribe. I do have 2 additional channels, House of the Princess and Palace by Princess A.V. The links are down in the description box so that you can be here on all of my content here at the House of the Princess Nation. And the royal citizens have come over here from the House of the Princess, so I do appreciate you. This is my first live movie review, so I thank everybody who has come in and watched. I will be back at House of the Princess for members only this evening at 9:30 for my Duke and Duchesses. So please check it out. Again, please check out the rest of the content on this channel. More content to come. More content to come on Palace by Princess A.V. And I appreciate all of you coming. My name is Princess A.V. here at Princess A.V. Tried It. Now it's time for me to turn out the palace lights. You have a great day.